No. Hi guys. This is just the beginning and we're already laughing. Hi guys, Roman and
Julie is again
here. Yeah, I gotta say I was really looking forward to this video.
I don't. I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. Before we start, I know that last year I promised I was gonna be more active on YouTube and I wasn't. You can see that I released a few songs, so I'm actually working on 2 records right now, one of them being Pursuit 3. I didn't really have that much time, but I can promise you that in the next couple of days I actually want to sit down and make some content. It probably will take some time before it's released, but I had some ideas for pretty good and pretty cool content for a few years now. We're gonna talk about the best albums of 2025, and I don't know how about you, but I gotta be honest, last 3 years, 2022, 3, 4, even 1, they were really great years. Like, there were so many great records, so many records to be crazy about, and making those lists was a little bit difficult, but I always kind of knew who was gonna be the winner or who's gonna be like in top 3. This year I felt a little less passionate about the records. I don't know why. Maybe a lot of the artists I like didn't release albums this year. To sum it up, yeah, I feel like this was a little bit of a weaker year, even though there are a lot of great records. That's why this year is not going to be top 20, but only top 15. So we can start with the countdown, unless there's something you want to say.
I don't want to say anything.
Please, louder.
I don't want to say anything.
Here we go again.
Because he's making fun of me and I don't like it. I don't know English very well.
I'm not making fun of your English. I'm telling you to speak up. That's not making fun of your English. It's like, yeah, I think it was very good. Speak up. He's making fun of my English. It's not.
No, I don't want to say anything because you are making fun of me.
No, you are making fun of you. So let's start with number 15. That's a record that really surprised me to end up on this list, and that's Testament. Parabellum, if I pronounce it right. I've heard his album 9 times. This was an interesting record because I knew Testament was one of the biggest thrash metal band outside of the Big Four. Do you know what Big Four means?
I don't know this band.
Well, but do you know what is Big Four in thrash metal?
Thrash metal?
Thrash metal. Thrash metal, yeah.
Some bands like Metallica.
Yeah, the Big Four is Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth. And Testament is outside of those Big Four, but it's still a pretty big band. I knew that this was like a thrash metal band from the 80s, but when I listened to the record, the first song were like elements of black metal and death metal, and then like the 4th song, it was like an acoustic ballad. Then some of the songs were like punk mixed with thrash. I was like, what the hell is going on with this? Like, isn't this supposed to be like a thrash metal band? It's one of those more extreme records that I was listening to a lot when we were working out. Why are you making fun? Because it's taking long time?
Yeah.
Sure.
This will last forever.
You said it last year. Why are you saying again? Plus, you laughing all the time is gonna make it longer.
Okay.
A little bit more extreme, but I like this record. It's good for working out, and I'm pretty sure you didn't enjoy it very much.
And say you were listening it while you were shitting or eating.
Why would I?
I don't know.
Well, working out, how is that? Working out and shitting and eating, yeah.
Gives.
I just said it's a good record for working out because it's heavy. Maybe you won't listen to it before going to sleep.
Oh my gosh, thrash metal, it isn't very Disney songs.
Well, we learned something new today. I'm going to number 14, and you said you had top 5?
6.
Let's go to my number 14, and that's Halloween, Giants and Monsters. I've heard his album 13 times. Halloween is one of those bands that I kind of grew up listening to, so I really know their discography very well, and this is their 2nd album in the United lineup. So basically all 3 singers are together. Their previous album from 2021 was okay, but I actually really like the new album.
You didn't ask me about Testament.
You kind of answered it without me asking, so what's there to ask? Did you like Testament?
Yes! You didn't.
But did you like it?
I'm okay.
Wow, this is what we need in this video. Very good. Can I get back to Halloween?
Yes.
It kind of feels like the combination of greatest hits from Halloween. The songs sang by Andy Derry sound a lot like the 90s stuff. Kiske obviously sounds great. There's stuff that reminds me of the Walls of Jericho album. There's stuff that reminds me of Kiske era, then of Derry's era. Probably their best album since Gambling with the Devil, which came out in 2007. How did you feel about the new Halloween?
It was like Halloween and I enjoyed it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was okay.
Generally, you're not a big fan of Michael Kiske.
No, but it was okay. It was like Halloween.
I was okay with it. I wonder how many times we're gonna hear it today.
What?
Yeah, because usually you say, I was okay with it.
Ah, yeah.
My favorite last year was, I don't know, I think I was okay with it. I'm like, you think you were okay with it?
Yeah, because I didn't want to stop this music, so I was okay.
Okay, that's...
For example, between Buried and Me and...
And another very memorable band. I love these videos. This is best content ever.
It was horrible.
Okay, at number 13 I have The Darkness, Dreams on Toast, which I've heard 11 times. I still remember discovering Darkness when I was like 14, 2004 and 5. And their first album was one of the biggest albums in 2003. Big singles, even though hard rock like from the 70s, 80s was not really a thing back then. I followed them ever since, and this is just like that good old-fashioned rock and roll with a very high-pitched falsetto-like vocals. It's got catchy melodies, and it's a good record. I mean, The Darkness are one of the best rock bands currently, and they're just delivering the quality with every record. I think it's a fun little record. It's very short. It's like 33 minutes long. Not sure if you remember this record.
A little bit, yes. I was okay with this.
Isn't this one of those records where you just said that it's too happy for you?
Maybe, yes.
At number 12, I have the biggest band in the synthwave genre, and that's The Midnight and their album Syndicate, which I've heard 14 times. This is actually a double album because I think it's 1 hour and 25 minutes long, and I gotta say that works a little bit against the record because it's just a lot of music to go through. Even though I've heard it 14 times, I don't really think I know the record. Like it will require me to keep coming back to it, but I think it's a bit more on the experimental art side. Like the previous two albums were leaning more towards almost like a traditional pop with like synthwave elements. This is more like deep cuts kind of record, and yeah, it's definitely very, very solid. Painting shadows in the lamplight. There's no truth, but you decide summer is ending soon. Not sure how you like the new Midnight.
I like them. I like their music. Some songs I use on my Instagram story.
Oh, okay.
Some songs was really resonating in my mind, so I like it. I like this record. It is in my top 6.
All right.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. At number 11, I have a record that kind of surprised me, and that's probably the biggest record in the prog metal and prog genre, and that's Dream Theater Parasomnia, which I've heard 17 times.
Oh my gosh.
This is the first record with the return of Mike Portnoy, their original drummer who left in 2009, so they actually made, I think, 5 albums without him. When I heard this record, I didn't quite like it. I was like, this is Dream Theater by numbers. This is a record they can do anytime, and I kind of had the same feeling as with the previous 2 albums, like there's no real meat, no real inspiration behind the record. It's Dream Theater like manufactured in a company or something. But when I returned to it, it started growing on me, even though it kind of sounds like everything we've heard from the Dream Theater so far. But yeah, it's a solid record, and especially that last song, The Shadow Man or something like that, it's 19 minutes long, and there's this Latino section. That's what I'm talking about. I want more of that. I'm not sure how you felt about it.
I was okay like with Halloween, like Dream Theater, and I enjoyed this album.
At number 10, I have I think a Norway band, and this is like the Norway style, progressive art pop. It's Dim Grey Shards, which I've heard 13 times. Very similar to the last year's Mir Wheels on Wheels, or what was the name of the record? Yeah, it was a great record, and Dim Grey is very much in the same style. This is very artsy, very emotional prog pop, let's say.
Yeah, I love this record. I enjoyed their melodies and voices. It's beautiful record.
At number 9, I have actually the third most listened to record this year, and that's Avantasia, Here Be Dragons, which I've heard 19 times. And actually Spotify Wrapped, which I'm gonna show a little later in the video, was pretty cool because it showed top 5 most listened to records. And actually in my top 5, I had Moonglow from Avantasia. And this year I actually bought half of the discography from Avantasia, so the last 3 albums and the first 2, those were the only ones I didn't have. And I gotta apologize because these 2 albums, Moonglow and Paranormal Evening with the Moonflower Society, are 2 brilliant records. And for reasons unknown, I didn't include these records in top lists back when they came out. In 2019, this would definitely be in top 3, and this in 2022. I don't know why. I listened to those records, I wasn't blown away. I don't know what happened. Even though I think that Here Be Dragons for me would be somewhere in the second half if I had to do the ranking video, meaning that there are 5 records I like more. It's still a decent record. This is a very optimistic Avantasia, kind of playing it safe a little bit. The only criticism I have towards it, compared to other records, this one feels a little smaller. Like there are not necessarily fewer guests, but like the songs are shorter. There are no songs with multiple singers. I kind of miss that. I guess he knows what he's doing because he's more and more successful with every record. Classic Avantasia, it's a good feel record. I don't know how you feel about it.
I'm okay with Avantasia. I don't like this kind of music, you know.
Okay.
But I enjoyed this record, like Halloween or Dream Theater. It's prostě Avantasia.
It's prostě Avantasia. It's prostě Avantasia. There are certain buttons that you activate here with the beard. It's simply Avantasia.
Simply.
I love these videos, man.
It's hard to talk in English. I don't live with the English language teacher.
Well, isn't that sad?
Yeah.
I gotta ask, what does this mean? That you want me to use English more with you?
Yeah.
You can drink, you can take a drink. I'll take a sip too. Ovlažili sme piškoj. At number 8, I have Between the Bird... What? Why are you laughing? He's still laughing about the joke? Number 8, Between the Bird and Me, The Blue Nowhere. I've heard this album 15 times.
Gee.
And this is the first album I bought from Between the Bird and Me because I listened to them a lot. Very interesting band because like they started out as a death metal band, like a technical death metal / progressive metal band, but I don't think there's any singing on the first 3 albums. That's why I didn't listen to them. Well, thanks for that.
I'm sorry.
It's a very complicated album. I gotta say that all of their death metal sections generally sound the same. Like I can't differentiate between them, but there are so many sections in between. There's like a swing section, then they go into pop, like the title track is probably their most poppy song ever. There's no death metal screaming or anything. It's a very melodic song. And there are just a lot of sections that are very interesting. I think Between the Bird and Me is a very unique band. I still consider Automata 1 and 2 to be their best albums and to be sort of the best entry point. The new album is great and it kind of grew on me.
I wasn't in the mood to to listen this record. It's the worst record you listen.
Really, the worst? At number 7, I have Deftones' Private Music, which I've heard 16 times. Deftones is one of those bands like Testament. I've known them forever. For some reasons, I've never really listened to them. I took the new album as an opportunity to get into them, to like be an entry point. And the first 2 or 3 times I listened to this record, I was like, nah, this is not for me. But actually it grew on me and it's fantastic. They sort of combine alternative metal and new metal with like shoegaze. Really catchy and I gotta say very original and unique choruses and melodies, even though I'm not familiar with their discography, so this may be normal for them. But yeah, I really enjoy this record a lot.
Yeah, I enjoy it too because I used to listen them and it's Deftones and I like them.
So this is like a traditional Deftones album?
I don't remember.
You're a diehard fan.
You mentioned shoegaze thing. It reminds me of his another project, Free Crosses, so it's more like this.
I'm going to number 6, but you want to mention your number 6?
Yeah, wait. Number 6 is Moron Police.
Pachinko. Tell us why Moron Police?
Because of you.
Because of you.
No, for me it's like Elton John in progressive music, and it's nice music, but you know I don't like very happy music, so this is kind of error in this.
This is error in this.
This record for me.
You can say it's like a negative for you, not error. Error 404, sadness not found on this record.
Yeah, sadness is not found. So it's error.
Wow. At number 6, I have Heat, Welcome to the Future, which I've heard 17 times. Heat is just like The Darkness, probably the best band holding that candle for 80s hard rock and glam rock. Every record is really good, and I have never really bought anything from them, so I'm finally supporting them with the first LP. Even though Welcome to the Future is not their best album, I would say that's probably Heat 2 or Address the Nation, but when they released Tearing Down the Walls, which was their 4th album, it was such a great album, and I said, there's no way they're gonna keep making music like this, because this is a very depleted music genre. There's nothing new you can come up with. This is their 8th album, and they're still making new music, and it still sounds great. How do you feel about the Heat?
I felt very bad. This is very happy music for me.
But it's kind of like punchy.
Wow.
No, you don't like hard rock like this?
It's okay, it was okay, but I didn't enjoy it. It's
Okay.
not my cup of coffee.
Okay, fair enough. So what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Midnight.
All right, so we already talked about it. Really, number 5? That's how much you liked it?
Yeah, it's beautiful music, I like it. Poppy, calming, slow. It's something for me. Sometimes sad.
Okay, I'll put this down.
Put that cookie down.
At number 5, I have Tremonti, The End Will Show Us How, which also ended up like my 5th most listened to record on Spotify Wrapped. And yeah, I've heard it 20 times this year. And this is also one of those records that when I listened to it, it came out way back in January. I listened to it and I was like, it's okay, it's Tremonti, it's fine. But when I returned to it, it kind of grew on me a little more. Even though I think his first 3 albums are a little bit more of a mixed bag, his other 3 albums, this one being the last one, are fantastic. He makes that very heavy, riff-driven alternative metal. How did you like Tremonti?
I like Tremonti. It's good music.
Thank you for speaking quietly.
You made me louder.
Like when I said it out last year. Still, you can talk louder. Okay.
Made to catch my voice louder, don't you? Made it?
It has more gain, meaning that it's a little hotter microphone because you're so hot.
Oh.
What do you have as number 4?
Lunatic Soul.
The World Under Sun. I've heard actually this album 13 times. To me, it's a double album, but to me it felt like it was too much music and certain sections didn't really go anywhere, so I think it would be better if it was shorter. That's just my opinion. Even though it's solid, there are definitely good moments. Tell us more about it.
I don't know, I like this music and I love his...
Voice?
Nie, tvorbu.
His music.
A nepovedal sa nejak inak, že akože aj texty, aj hudbu, ako píše melódie.
Music and lyrics. I like his art.
Art. I like Mariáš Dudas.
You know that I'm using the previous takes.
Hey? No!
I love this. Every year I say something when you do this. Hey.
No, spýtaj sa, what's my number 4?
Wow, that's organic. I already talked about it. It's fine.
Come on!
What's your number 4?
No, dobre, tell me something. I love his songwriting. Yes, so I love Riverside and I love Lunatic Soul, but I enjoy more Lunatic Soul because it's more atmospheric.
Okay. Number 4, I have Epica, A Spiral, which I've heard 13 times. And Epica is also one of those bands that I've known forever. I actually did listen to their previous album, Omega, when it came out. This album took me by surprise. It's symphonic metal with some death metal elements, but the melodies are just very, very catchy, very good.
This record, so it's my number 3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I used to listen Epica and I was on their concert in Made of Metal.
You
festival.
saw them live?
Yeah.
Why you never told me this?
I told you.
Really?
Yeah, I saw everything. I saw them live with their Enigma album songs.
We just googled it. Did they make any lasting impression? Did you like them or?
Yeah, they had beautiful show.
Before I reveal my top 3 picks, I gotta be honest that I didn't know how to order them. This year there wasn't really one record I would feel 100% like this is the winner, this is the album of the year. And actually any record from top 5 could be number 1. And there was a similar situation in 2019 where I didn't have like number 3, 2 or 1, but I said there are 3 records, all 3 of which are number 1. And I mentioned them in alphabetical order. In hindsight, that was the right thing to do because now when I look back, I really feel the way they go, even though it was alphabetical order, that's how I feel about them. And the last record I mentioned, Voyager, actually is the album of 2019 for me. So it's kind of the same here. I really didn't know how to decide. So I'm mentioning these records in the alphabetical order. And I guess a few years from now, I will know for sure which of these records is the album of the year. Maybe it will be Epica, maybe Tremonti. At number 3, I have Falgrab, Anthropos, which is my most listened to record, even according to Spotify. I've heard it 25 times. This is Slovak music. Falgrab actually ended up, I think, number 5 back in 2020. And this is like art pop with some electronics. There was something about this record that was really drawing me to it and sort of calling me back. I thought it was gonna be number 1. It could be number 1 because it's my most listened to record.
Kráčam, snažím sa dýchať a rátať vrásky na perách.
Yeah, I enjoy this music and I enjoy this record, but I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you really liked the previous album, which was called...
Yeah, previous album was really great.
You liked it more than this one?
Yes.
What's your number 2?
Dim Grey.
Dim Grey, number 2.
Yeah, I love their music.
So at number 2, I have the only record from like top records I didn't buy because actually the physical copy doesn't exist at this point, so if it does, I will buy it. Your number 6, so Moron Police, Pachinko, which I've heard 17 times. This record actually came out at the end of November, so I'm still listening to it. This is a weird album. It's like a progressive rock album disguised to be a pop album. Because like the first time you listen to it, first 2 or 3 times, it's very uplifting, very catchy, very bright. Essentially like pop music with Elton John-like singer. Despite that, I've heard this album 17 times and I still don't think like I know it, and I can't wrap my head around it. Like, how can they write such catchy music and make it so non-memorable? That's the real proggy ness of that album, and even Notes Reviews, that's like the biggest channel about progressive music, he put it at number 1. It's a really great album. Very good music. That's why I'm surprised you put it at number 6, because this is like the embodiment of happiness. This is like the happy music to go to when you need to.
This happiness I don't like. I love his voice and his melodies, and because of it, it's on 6th place.
What's your number 1?
Deftones.
Really? Deftones?
I really enjoy their music. Even when I was angry and in stress, or I don't know how to describe it, I enjoy this music.
So that leaves me with the last artist. I'm deliberately not saying number 1 because I already said how we're going, and that's Royal Sorrow, Inner Deeps. I've heard this record 16 times, still listening to it actually. This is their debut album, and I actually discovered them at the end of 24. They had one song, and I was like, this is pretty cool. This is like Leprous or Caligula's Horse or Haken or all these bands. I want to listen to them, but at that point it was just one song and there was nothing about a new record. I don't care about songs, I don't care about singles, I care about records. Obviously I forgot about the band, and then like 3 weeks ago, like really 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I rediscovered them on Inside Out label. So I was like, okay, now I can give them a chance. I listened to it and it's a very, very catchy album. There were moments where I thought this definitely will be my number 1. So technically, alphabetically speaking, it is. Really good music, great singing, sort of a combining even some more harsh, extreme elements of metal, also a lot of melodies. There's a lot of gent, like there's a little bit of everything. And this is a transparent orange vinyl, even though as far as I know, this is the only pressing, like there are no black LPs.
Nice.
Alright, do you remember this record?
No.
Really?
Really, and I'm sorry, because if it's like these progressive bands, I think I maybe like them too.
If they are like that, which
Yeah.
they are, maybe you like them too.
Yeah.
I listened to them a few times, but maybe you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I wasn't. Just za dzięki.
So that was it. That was 2025 top 15 records. As per usual, I'm more than positive that a year from now, 2 or 3, I will discover other records and other bands that released records in 2025, and I'll be like, I wish I included it. It was a great year.
Happy New Year and bye.
I think that 2025 was a really, really great year for me. I really enjoyed it. 2026 is going to be a huge year because we're going to release a record with Lou Banger. I think that the pop album is going to come out. I really hope to hit the studio to start recording Pursuit 3. I don't think the album will come out this year, but hopefully next year. And I think that I want to restart YouTube career.
Yeah, and finger crossed for your YouTube
Channel.
I'm tired, so it's very hard to switch into English language.
Okay. But I really hope that this video will be one of the jewels on my YouTube channel. Yeah. This is why I have you here, because
Our
you're
daughter woke up in 5
a.m.
a.m. It's too early for me.
And you still manage. You know, we had a hike today. We had like 14,000 steps. Anyway, that's it from us. Thanks for watching, and we wish you all the best for 2026.
Happy New Year and see you soon.